what does CLA stand for and how is it made? So CLA stands for conjugated linoleic acid. It is derived from the safflower plant, so it's all natural. They get the linoleic acid component from the safflower plant. They then put that fatty acid through a process called esterification and join it into a long chain, and that makes it conjugated linoleic acid, representing a long chain of linoleic acids. Sounds a bit complicated. It's not that complicated. What it does is it gets the body to produce a specific lipase enzyme that only CLA will help the body produce, and that's called P53. Now, to understand why this ingredient is so effective, we need to understand what happens to stubborn fat as that grows and reduces in size on the body. Once a fatty cell deposits in this area, it never actually disappears. When people put on weight in this area, that cell will grow and get bigger. And when we lose weight, that cell will go through a process called lipolysis, which is the shrinking, and get smaller. That's why it's often the case people say, I can't lose that last little bit. It's because their cells have got so small they can't get any smaller, and the body doesn't get rid of those cells, they only grow and shrink them, and they can't lose that last little bit. So remember, that process of shrinking the cell is called lipolysis. P53 doesn't cause lipolysis. It's one of the only ingredients they've ever found to cause apoptosis exclusively in white subcutaneous adipose tissue. What is apoptosis? Apoptosis is cell death. It works on the liposomal wall of only this stubborn fat and doesn't cause shrinking, but it causes destruction. The cell actually implodes in on itself, and that cell is now gone because of the enzyme this product produces. It is now floating around the bloodstream as what's called a free-form fatty acid. Now, we've got a bit sciencey here. Let's break it down. You consume CLA, it does what the body can't do, and it breaks fat away from these stubborn areas, destroys the cell, and moves it into the blood as a free-form fatty acid, ready to be used as energy. So that is the role that step 3, Pro-CLA, plays in the stubborn fat burning experienced from the 3-step fat loss system. Make sure you watch the videos on step 2 and step 1 to understand how, by taking them all together, you can permanently burn abdominal and thigh fat, and it's therefore very hard to put it back on.